Okay, so my dear students, today that's my topic is about that's the type of reproduction we are going to study. That's about the sexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction in animals. We are discussing the type of reproduction, that's the sexual reproduction in animals. Now listen. जो ऑलरेडी हमने टाइप पढ़े हैं सेक्सुअल ऑलरेडी जो हमने टाइप डिफाइन किया इसका पढ़े नहीं है डिफाइन किया है कि असेक्सुअल तो रिप्रोडक्शन की दो टाइप्स असेक्सुअल एंड सेक्सुअल असेक्सुअल इज द टाइप ऑफ रिप्रोडक्शन इन व्हिच न्यू ऑर्गेनिजम्स आर जनरेटेड फ्रॉम अ सिंगल पेरेंट विदाउट इन्वॉल्वमेंट और द फ्यूजन ऑफ गेमेट्स लेकिन जब बात करते हैं सेक्सुअल रिप्रोडक्शन की तो हम ये बताते हैं इट्स अ टाइप ऑफ रिप्रोडक्शन in which new organisms are generated by the fusion of gametes. ठीक है? Here the new organisms are generated by the fusion of gametes. नए organism जो generate होते हैं by fusion of gametes. और इन gametes by fusion of gametes, इन gametes को sex cells भी कहते हैं. Sex cells. तो fusion of gametes means that one gamete that is derived from the male and another gamete that is derived from the female. The male gamete, the fusion of male and female gamete. I'm just telling you that one male gamete that is derived from the male, another gamete that is derived from the one from female, another from male. So listen here, the fusion of male and female gamete led the formation of the zygote. Zygote. So the fusion of male and female gamete led the formation of zygote, and the fusion of male and female gamete is called fertilization. It's called fertilization. Okay, it's called fertilization. Now listen. The two gametes are involved. One is derived from male, another from female, and the formation of zygote. Because the zygote is formed by the fusion of male and female gametes that are derived from the male and female. Because of this, it's also to be called as the reproduction is this type sexual reproduction. It is also to be called as syngenesis. It's also called as syngenesis. What syngenesis means? How you can define the syngenesis? Its definition is same that of the sexual reproduction. That's why I'm telling you that it's also to be called as syngenesis. Syngenesis means the formation of zygote by the fusing of two opposing substances. One is derived from the male, another is derived from the female, and that the opposing substance or gametes they led the formation of zygote. Got it? Now, तो उससे प्रोसीड करते हैं बताते हैं कि दो अपोजिंग गेमेट्स जो है ना दो अपोजिंग गेमेट्स हैं ये तो या तो एक पेरेंट से आते हैं या तो अलग अलग पेरेंट से आते हैं अब सुनो मेरी बात इस सेक्सुअल रिप्रोडक्शन में इसके टू टाइप्स हैं द वन टाइप ऑफ सेक्सुअल रिप्रोडक्शन यू आर डिफाइनिंग एनिमल्स सेक्सुअल रिप्रोडक्शन दैट इज कॉल्ड एज एम्फीगोनी Embryony. The second type of sexual reproduction is called as parthenogenesis. Parthenogenesis. Amphigony and parthenogenesis. They are the types of sexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction मैंने यहाँ पे define किया, definition दी है. अब मैं define कर रहा हूँ इसके अलग type इसके types को that's called amphigony and parthenogenesis. What's amphigony? देखिए. Amphigony is a type of sexual reproduction in which complete entire fusion or entire fusion of gametes take place. Yeah, you just call it complete fusion of gametes take place. Complete fusion of gametes occur. Complete fusion of gametes occur. These gametes are complete fusion of gametes occur to form the zygote. Okay? To form zygote. ठीक है? These two gametes they are either obtained, they are either derived from the same parent or they are derived from the two different parents. If in amphigony or if in sexual reproduction rather, the two opposing gametes, the two gametes, they are derived or obtained from a single parent. अगर ऐसी बात होती है कि एक सिंगल पैरेंट दोनों गेमेट्स, मेल गेमेट और फीमेल गेमेट भी प्रोड्यूस करता है, if the two gametes that are produced by a single parent, then the organism is to be called as hermaphrodite. Hermaphrodite, or the organism is also to be called as bisexual. Do you have any example around you? Yes, we have an example that's called earthworm. Common example, earthworm, where a single organism that is hermaphrodite, monoecious hermaphrodite or bisexual, जहां पे एक सिंगल अर्थवर्म प्रोड्यूस करती है दोनों गेमेट्स. ठीक, अगर ऐसा हो कि ये जो दो गेमेट्स, two gametes that form the mix to form the zygote, if they come from the two different parents of the same species, if they come from the two different parents of the same species, it's not like that one gamete come from the one parent of the one species, another from the another parent of the same species. No, the two opposing gametes, they combine with each other. They come from the different species. They come from the different parents of the same species. Different parents of the same species. Then it's to be called as, if male can produce the male gamete only and the female can produce the female gamete only, if such a condition arises, that time the organism is to be called as unisexual. Unisexual. Okay? If a single organism produces both of the gametes, single organism is producing both of the male and female gamete, that time the organism is to be called as hermaphrodite or bisexual. You just also called it monoecious. If the of a single species, a male produces the male gamete and a female is producing the female gamete, a male generates male and a female generates female gamete, that time an organism, a male generates separate, it is to be called as unisexual. Do you have any example around? Yeah, we have a infinite number of examples. Like we have an example, we just have an example we called as take the example of ourselves, human beings, unisexual, where the sexual dimorphism is well marked. Okay, now question arises here, the two opposing gametes, the entire unification of two opposing gametes, Listen here, agar two opposing gametes, male and female gamete, they are morphologically similar. Means that morphologically, maybe there's a behavioral changes. Maybe there's a behavioral change in the gametes, but they are morphologically similar. You are not able to differentiate on behalf of their morphology. It's a male, it's a female, but they are morphologically similar. If such a condition arises where the two opposing gametes are morphologically similar, that time the the mixing gametes, they are to be called as isogametes. And the fusion of these two gametes is called isogamy. It's called isogamy. Okay? The two gametes which are morphologically, you can pen down over here, morphologically different. They are morphologically different. Got it? They are morphologically different. If the fusing gametes, the mixing gametes, the unification of gametes take place, but they are morphologically different. They are morphologically similar. Sorry, not different, but it's similar. They are morphologically similar. The two opposing gametes are morphologically similar, and they are to be called as isogametes. And the unification or mixing of these two morphologically similar gametes is called isogamy. Isosame, gamy, fusion or marriage. It's a isosame. Gamy means fusion or marriage. So, do you have any organisms? Any example of any? Yes, we have an example. I will just give the example of mono. It's monocytes. Monocytes, an example. And when the two opposing gametes, are different, when the two gametes, one from male, another from female, they are different. Okay, they are different. The two mixing gametes, they are different. Their structure, their size,